Tibetan opera, born in the sacred snowy landscapes of the Qinghai-Tibetan Plateau, is a time-honoured and mysterious form of drama. Its traditional format is the telling of stories by performers who wear masks. As early as 641 AD, when a welcoming ceremony was held for the arrival of Chinese Princess Nuosang in Tibet, there are records of a folk performing art in which a nomad who wore masks danced with two yaks. When they got married in Tibet, Princess Nuosang and Princess Jinchang brought with them the more advanced technology of the central plains of China, as well as elements of its culture. Telling stories through song and dance is a common feature of the folk drama of ethnic groups in China. At the end of the 14th century and the beginning of the 15th century, Tangdong Gyalpu, a great master of Tibetan Buddhism, organized some artists to perform when he raised money to build an iron bridge over the Nuosang River. The performers, who wore white masks, told Buddhist stories to the audience. This kind of performance was called acrobatics and evolved into a form of opera. Tibetan opera is an extremely comprehensive art form, including Tibetan folk songs, dances, storytelling, chanting, acrobatics, and religious music and dance. Performances of Tibetan opera follow a certain specific formula. Folk dances are often performed to describe characters or change the mood during performances. The melodies in Tibetan opera are called namda. These rich melodic forms in Tibetan opera can express the sadness, happiness, anger, and joy of different characters, or a character portrayed at a different age. There is no specific category of roles in Tibetan opera, but there are different types of roles. These include young man, old man, supporting actor, young woman, old woman, supporting actress, leading villain clown, supporting villain clown, clown, positive clown, alternating roles, and animal roles. All roles have certain performing formulae and different costumes. Tibetan opera is famous for its 8 classical dramas. These classical dramas are mainly about Buddhist stories, having a strong religious flavour. Since the founding of the People's Republic of China, professional Tibetan opera troupes have been established in the Tibet Autonomous Region and Qinghai. These troupes have created a number of new dramas, such as Spring in the Nuosang area, Fairy Happiness, and When Kusang Flower Blossoms. The performance of Tibetan opera comprises 3 sections. Logically, these are termed the beginning part, the main part, and the concluding part. The beginning part includes praying ceremonies such as incense burning and chamu, or religious dance performances. In the main part of the performance, the story is narrated by a man, and actors perform in sequence, supported by group singing and dancing. In the concluding part, performers sing and dance together, wishing the audience well and requesting a donation from the onlookers. The venues for the performance of Tibetan opera can be public squares, temples, galas, or theatres. The Shoton, or Yogurt Festival, has helped the development of different schools of Tibetan opera and fostered lively competition between them. Consequently, the Shoton Festival has become a large and important drama festival. Tibetan opera reflects Tibetan life, values, and religious beliefs. It is a bearer of Tibetan culture and has become an important part of Tibetan people's lives. In recent years, due to social changes and an influx of outside culture, Tibetan opera is facing new challenges. Currently, Tibetan opera is on the list of state-level intangible cultural heritage, and governments at all levels are making greater efforts and adopting further measures to safeguard the unique art form of Tibetan opera and develop it on the basis of its ancient traditions.